Are you doing your downward facing dog like this? Let me tell you, that's made damaging your body. And most importantly, how to fix your form just in 3 steps. What's up guys, this is Samik Bera from Real Yoga. I help you to understand the anatomy behind your yoga practice. Downward facing dog is one of the most commonly practiced almost in every yoga classes. But let me ask you, are you enjoying your downward facing dog or it's make you feel tired? If you feel tired in your downward facing dog, most likely you're doing it wrong. Let me explain. The purpose of downward facing dog is to stretch the entire back of our body, which is hamstring, glutes and shoulders. But most of us tighten the hamstring, which lead to the first problem. Because your hamstring muscles are connected from your sitting bone, which is ischium, to the back of your knee. Due to the tightness on your hamstring muscles, they transfer the weight into the shoulders instead of the back of the legs. Once the weight transfer into the shoulders is create really compression on your scapula, which is bring a lot of tightness into your trapezius as well as on your levator scapula, which is attached to your C3, and that's lead to a really tight shoulders. Instead of feeling light and relaxed at the end of your down dog, you feel really tight and cramping. So what do you do if you have a tight hamstring? Micro bend your knee. If you have a tight shoulders, micro bend your both knee. But if your shoulders are not very tight, you can micro bend one knee and stretch other leg. But how do you tell your shoulders are tight? If your arms are not in line with your trunks, that means you have a tight shoulder. The second mistake is regarding shoulder blade. You might heard your yoga instructor saying, spread the shoulder blade away from each other. But what does that mean? Most students don't really understand what it really means. So they bring the scapula towards each other by contracting the rhomboid muscles, causing the thoracic spine to depress to the floor and damages the shoulders in long run. But spreading the shoulder blade actually has the opposite definition. By spreading the shoulder blade, you are contracting your serratus anterior, which is attached from your ribs to the borderline of your scapula. So by engaging that, you are pulling your scapula away from each other, which keep your humerus in the shoulder socket, and that's keep your shoulders in place. Lastly, the common mistake students make is to push the head down to the floor to deepen their pose. Guys, that's completely wrong. By pushing your shoulders and head down to the floor, you are creating compression on your shoulder socket. The proper way to do a downward facing dog, and it's important to take note for many other yoga poses, is to push your spine into the body. You bring your awareness into your spine and imagine pushing that into your belly. Not curving it, but having the entire spine consistently push in towards the belly. That way, you're creating an anterior rotation of your pelvic, and that's give a deep stretch for your hamstring. In summary, in order to do a correct downward facing dog, you need to push your center of gravity backwards. Micro bend your knees if your hamstrings are tight. Spread the scapula away from each other. Do not push your head down to the floor, and most importantly, push your spine into the body. Just follow these tips. I promise you, you will have a great stretch of your hamstring and your lower back without suffering any injury. If you want me to help you in your yoga practice, maybe even personal training and individual guidance based on your specific body type, click on the link below in the description and you can sign up for one of my group classes or personal training. Like this video if it has helped you, comment what you learned, and don't forget to subscribe for more yoga practice tips. I'll see you in the next video. Namaste.